In this video, I'm gonna tell you what no coach, agent, or influencer is telling you about actually going pro. If you're interested to see how I did it, click the link below and you can listen to my whole story on how I made it. But here's the reality. It took me 5 years to actually get paid enough money to survive on the game. And I did it, but it wasn't easy. And the reason why most people quit, they think when you break into the professional game, it's gonna be all sunshines and rainbows. But the reality is, it's far from that. I had to sleep in airports, pay for combines, go broke, have 2 jobs while living in a foreign country all by myself. Today, I'm gonna teach you the realities of what you have to do the same. Now remember, before we get into today's video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, as it helps us tremendously, so do that now. We work with people all over the industry, from agents, scouts, influencers. And here's the reality, I love them, but they've never been through the grind. They talk about diets, how to network, they talk about how to train, the type of drills you can do. That's amazing, but those are things you should be doing anyway. But what they don't speak about is the journey. The reality is you gotta know how to speak to people. You gotta know where to start. What leagues can you actually play in? What's your current level? And if you're better than that level, are you prepared to start in the lower level and make a name for yourself? So let me give you some topics that are really gonna help you on your journey if you have aspirations of playing professional. All right, topic number 1. Are you prepared to start in the lower level? Do you understand that you're not currently a professional now and nobody knows who you are? So your youth academy, your college soccer, whatever it is you did prior to this point doesn't matter, because if it mattered, you would be in the professional game now. So you have to face the reality that you're going to most likely 95, 98% of the time start at the bottom in a lower league club. And guess what? That club has to be out of USA or Canada. Why? Because there are no real pathways there. So you're gonna have to target Europe, Central America, South America, and the reality is the culture is different. You're not gonna have the best fields. You're not gonna have the best coaching. You're not gonna have people with the same ambition or thought process as you have. And you have to go there and really make a name for yourself. The other thing is, a lot of you guys don't realize that you have to pick the right country to play in. A lot of you are thinking you're gonna go move to another country like Spain, Italy, England, and you only have a certain passport, and a lot of those passports require a visa, and the visa requirements to play professional football, like a certain amount of games with your national team or youth national team. You might have to have residency. You might have to get paid over a certain amount of money. Like I know England and Spain, to play at a professional level that's higher, you have to have a certain amount of caps with your national team, and you also have to get paid a certain amount of money. So Spain isn't somewhere you should target. It's great to target maybe 7th, 6th, 5th division where you can get experience in games, but at a certain time you're gonna have to leave. Or England is the same. You gotta really know where to target. How many foreign spots is a team allowed? Like for example, my team in Romania is allowed 1 non-EU player on the pitch at a time, unless he's on this list. These countries don't count as non-Europeans. You must know all the rules of the league, the foreign policy, the visa requirements, everything before you just say, I'm gonna go play in England, Spain, Italy. You have to do your homework and know everything about the league, and is it even a possibility for you to play that? So let's go into topic number 2, what it's really like to play at a lower level. First thing, culture. One of the biggest reasons why the players that we place don't make it past a year or 2 is they don't fit into the culture. You're most likely gonna have to move outside your comfort zone and go to a culture that's not familiar with you or that you're not used to. If it's Russia, if it's Italy, if it's Spain, if it's Colombia, if it's Africa, they have different cultures, different humor, different playing styles, different mindsets, different societies, different ways of thinking. And you, being the foreigner, must understand that, respect that, and be able to work within that environment and culture. If you don't, you will not be able to succeed. My first week in Iceland, I had made the team, I was making $300 a month. We were one of the better teams in the first division. I was just happy to be playing on the team. They gave me housing, just happy to be playing. We were all at a team dinner, and I saw the captain pass around. It was like a container, like a lighter. It looked like a little lighter. And basically, they put some brown stuff on their fingers here, and they went like this. And for me, I was like, what? Coming from North America, where, especially at that time, where you don't even do dip. And I was like, what are these guys doing? Where am I? And what happened was they were putting tobacco here. I spoke to my captain about it, and he said, here in Iceland, that's normal. Even the top players that play for the national team do it. Then I went to play in Finland and Sweden, and I realized all the professional players in the first and second division do snooze. And I was like, what? Is this serious? Because back home, being a professional means you're clean. But the reality is, that is a different culture. I played with a Russian guy who said in the lower leagues, they would take a shot of vodka in the freezing cold in the winter. So these are crazy cultural things, but they play into your career at a lower level. Topic number 3. It's very, very lonely. Are you gonna have FOMO, missing out on life? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, if you do, this life's not for you. While you're in another country, time's going by. Nowadays, with social media being the way it is, you're seeing everyone's life through your phone. And you're seeing them have fun, college parties, family parties, friends getting married. Are you gonna be okay seeing all those things and knowing, wow, I'm playing in a lower league, just making enough money to make ends meet, while everyone else is living their life and enjoying it? Those are days and weeks and months and years of your life that you're never gonna get back. You don't have enough money to live the lifestyle you want, so you gotta be really conservative. The players on your team, they don't always like you because you're the foreigner. And that's just the reality. See, in North America, we're brought up on team sports, team sports, team sports. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Let's do this. In other countries, it's not like that. They know collectively they must work within a team environment, but they know that they must do their job in that team environment, and that's why they succeed and the team succeeds. You don't have so much, yeah, come on, guys, we can do this. Let's go. And I realized that when I went to Italy or when I went to Europe, and I realized people are like, Joe, shut up. We'll worry about that. You worry about doing your job. And it took me a while to understand that. It's a very important topic, this one. And most players also quit because they can't deal with being alone on this journey for more than 1 year, 1 season. I've seen it all the time. All right, topic number 4, and all the pain you're going through in the first 3 topics, if you don't do this, then that pain is for nothing. And the biggest thing about being a professional is this word: consistency. You must be consistent. The best players, the best employees, the best CEOs, the best people in life who are successful all have one thing in common: they're consistent. Can you consistently deal with pressure and perform under pressure? So a lot of players that we place in the professional game, we'll place them in lower leagues where they have housing paid for, they have a little salary, but the reality is after 1 season, they're like, hey coach, I'm ready to go to the next level. Well, did you start every game? Was your team in the top half of the table? Were you man of the match consistently? Were you in team of the week consistently? Were you the leading scorer? Did your team have the most shutouts? Were you the best player in the league? Look, you must perform consistently and have that pressure not only on yourself, but from other people, for you as the foreigner, as the odd man out, to be one of the best players consistently. If you're not, I'm sorry, and a lot of you do this, you cannot ask for a move after 1 season. If you're not the best player in the league, dominating the league, and everyone's talking about you, you can't ask for a move. You have to understand 2 things. 1, if I'm not the best player in the league, I have to train and work to be the best player in the league, so then I make noise and I possibly can move on. Or you have to know, I was the best player in this league, everyone was talking about me, now I'm ready to move on. But if you're not realistic with that, if you're not true to yourself, and you're expecting a move after 1 or 2 seasons of being an average player, you're not gonna go anywhere. So this topic is the most important, and I can't stress it enough. You gotta be consistent at performing under pressure, and you gotta be one of the top dogs. Here's the other thing. Let's say you even do have a good performance and you have a great season. If you're just starting out, maybe they didn't know about you. Maybe you need to do it for 2 seasons. Maybe you need to do it for 3 seasons. So who is moving you? You're the only one that can move yourself, and you have to understand that you need luck, you need consistency, and you definitely need top performances. Don't forget this. This is the most important topic. Now, here's topic 5. You have to know how to build relationships, even with smaller teams. And here's the reality. The smaller teams don't need you as much as you need them. And this is a big problem that players face every day. They think because they're a good player and they're going to the lower league, that the club actually needs them than the player needs them. And here's why. Because the player thinks he's a higher level. The club is your platform. You don't have anything. A lot of you walk around like you've played at the highest level when you go to these lower league clubs, and the truth is you haven't. The club is giving you a platform to showcase yourself. If they sign you for $100 or $1,000 or just food and housing, it's the platform that's the value. And a lot of you don't realize that. So you must know how to connect with these lower league clubs, get yourself in, and be able to give them something because they're giving you a platform. They have players in their country and their local community that don't cost a visa, that don't cost a salary, that don't cost an apartment, that don't cost a headache. So if you think you're better than the level and you think you're more important to the club than the club is to you when you don't have a name, you're already losing. This is a big factor, and I don't think we talk about it enough. When you go to a lower league in another country, you really are a small fish in a big pond. And even though you might be one of the best players on the team, you can't act like that. You have to have a professional mindset where, yeah, even if I am the best player on this team, I'm gonna outwork everyone. I don't care if they don't have the same ambition as me. I am going to outperform everyone day in, day out and make the most of this. I'm not gonna walk around like, yeah, you're playing at a lower league, nobody knows your name. I gotta take every game and every training as serious as I can because it's not about the money at this lower league or how I'm being treated. It's about, I actually have a platform that I've been waiting for to perform and show my abilities. And hopefully when I show my ability, someone there is watching. So now that you understand that, okay, this is my platform, well, you also now have to do work off the pitch, and you have to network, and you have to know how to connect with people. You got to create your video. You might need someone to come video your game. A lot of you say, well, the team doesn't create video highlights for me, or the team doesn't record my games. Oh, well, it's lower league football. When I was playing in England, I got a guy to come record all my games. And here's actual footage of that. And I used that footage to create highlights because I knew that I was a nobody and nobody knew who I was. And while I'm playing in the lower league, reaching out to potential teams that I want to play for at a higher level, I need something to show them. And my CV is not going to do enough. It's just a piece of paper. I need to actually show them how I'm impacting the game and what makes me different and how I maybe can add value to their team. So you have to understand the platform you have. You got to reach out to people and know how to reach out to people and create connections and understand you're giving them value instead of them just saying, yeah, come try out. Don't write an email saying, hey, here's my name, I'd love to play for your team. You have to build a relationship. And if you don't know how to do that, click the link in our bio, sign up for a consultation, and I'll teach you how. All right, so what's holding a lot of players back is, one, they don't know all these things and all these topics that I spoke about. Second, they're scared to take a leap. They're so scared to actually put their money, their career, their pride on the line and actually start trying to get their career started. If that means spending money on a tryout, if that means flying to another country, if that means being alone. The only way you grow is through experience. And experience costs. It costs your humility sometimes. It costs your time. It costs your financial resources. It costs your mindset. So if you're scared to sacrifice any of those things, then this is not for you. It's just a reality because you don't have a name. So if you're scared to risk those things without a name, you don't love it enough. Look, there's been numerous players. I'm one of them. That was just like you, that have been able to have a professional career and maybe not play at the highest level, but being able to do a lot from where they came from. But there's also stories of guys that were in worse conditions than I was that have made it to an even higher level. Jay DeMerit. This guy was told by Chicago Fire that he should take up another profession. He moved to England like I did, painted fences, played for a 7th division club before being seen by Watford and captain Watford in the championship in the promotion game at Wembley, scoring the goal to bring them to the Premier League, and went on to have an amazing Premier League career, captain the national team at a World Cup, when everyone told him, you should get a new profession. You have Sean Reynolds, who we've helped. He was working a normal job, ready to give up football until he came to SoccerViza. He just couldn't find a way in. He went from not being able to find a way in, from us placing him in Iceland's top team, FA, to playing Champions League qualifiers against CSK Moscow, to going from there to winning a USL championship with Louisville City and finishing his career at St. Louis FC. Aaron Walker, Division III college player from Oglethorpe University, sorry if I said that wrong, in Atlanta, to us bringing him to Iceland, getting released from Iceland and not renewing his contract, coming back to us putting him at FC Cincinnati, where he went on from FC Cincinnati to Greenville Triumph, winning a championship and being one of the players with the most games played in the league. And there's so many stories. I could go on and on and on, and I'll actually make a video on that, on players that broke into the game who didn't have anything. If they can do it, If I can do it, you definitely can. So my final advice to all you trying to do what you say you want to do, and that is become a professional player, you gotta look at this like a job. You gotta look at this as a long-term investment that you're gonna last longer than everyone next to you. So there's a ton of content all on our YouTube, all on our social media that helps you deal with these things and gives you real advice. Not fake advice, not glamour advice, just the reality of playing professional at a lower league and trying to make a career for yourself. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Remember, if you like the content, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, as it helps us tremendously on our journey of helping players just like you. And remember, if you're struggling to break into the game, click the link in our bio, contact us, and we'd love to speak to you about your career.